Live at Lunch is brought to you by FOCO MA, the Fort Collins Musicians Association.
Dedicated to creating greater recognition of local talent in the Fort Collins music scene.
The association plans workshops, concerts, and events.
More information is available at focoma.org.
This is KRFC Fort Collins, and our next program is Live.
KRFC Fort Collins Live at Lunch. Vincent, your host here in the studio, hosting the remarkable young youth musician, Jaden Carlson.
Hi, Vincent.
Great to have you here.
Thank you. I think I'm going to start out with my song Born to Fly.
Off of her
new
CD. New CD. This is great.
Just came out a month ago, actually, now. This is the title track
Jaden
to
Carlson.
this new album. Streets at night, you can't find a light. Then you see one burning bright, but 1,000 miles behind. You're still looking for a sign. Somewhere in the sky, I've been looking far and wide. Tell me something that gets my hopes high. Tell me we were born to fly, born to fly. It's morning, but still dark outside, and you keep looking for the light. You can't decide if you're gonna wait for the sun to rise, if you're gonna go out and find it. Somewhere in the sky, I've been looking far and wide. Tell me something that gets my hopes high. Tell me we were born to fly, born to fly, born to fly. Tonight, you can't find the lights. Then you see one burning bright, but 1,000 miles behind, you're still looking for a sign. Somewhere in the sky, I've been looking far and wide. Tell me something that gets my hopes high. Tell me we were born to fly, born to fly.
That's remarkable. Jaden Carlson here on Live at Lunch. Really sounding great.
Thank you.
Good job, Jaden. You know, we also, to start out, we actually have 3 people teching this show, or at least in the tech room. We have Drew, Rob, and Jason, all contributing to this great sound we're hearing on Live at Lunch. And you're sounding terrific, Jaden.
Thank you.
When was the KRFC birthday bash? That is when I was really happy they asked me to host you, and I got to talk to you last time you were in town. That was in March?
Yeah, March. It was March.
And it was just fun hanging out. You're really fun youth to hang out with, and just really fun back in the behind the scenes of the Lincoln Center. I hadn't really experienced that before. It was really fun, and you're just like a natural there.
Ha! Thank you.
And then you have these wonderful, like, more established musicians who love working with you. So talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I think a few of the established musicians I play with, Garrett Sayers, he's the bassist from the Motet. He's absolutely the most awesome bass player I've ever played with.
Tell me his name again, please.
Garrett Sayers from the
Garrett
Motet,
Sayers. Mm-hmm.
and he also has his own trio that's pretty awesome that plays down in Denver every Wednesday. And I've also played with Scott Messersmith. He was the percussionist for the Motet. He's, again, pretty darn awesome. And I've played with my friend Jubal. He's taught me lots of jazz and funk and stuff like that, and I'm really thankful for that. And he also does guitar and bass with me, and he can play harmonica and drums and bass and guitar like nobody believes. And then another guy that I've played with, his name's Pump. He's also known as Dave Solsberg, or the other way around. But he's out in Netherlands, and that's who I played with at the birthday bash was Dave. He plays with Fox Street All-Stars, and he's really good. And then my drummer, Will Trask, he's the tech for the Motet, and he's my drummer, and he's pretty awesome too. He's high energy. He plays with the Magic Beans, group out of Boulder.
It's funny, I'm mentioning that I use the term established musician. You're really, in your own right, an established musician. You've been playing pretty regularly in many different venues and just really bringing your energy and youthful spirit and your chops as well, because you definitely put in the practice time.
I do.
Absolutely. We're here with Jaden Carlson on KRFC's Live at Lunch. Vincent, your host today. Jaden does have a website I want to put out there right away, jadensound.com. Jaden is spelled Jaden, sound.com. Also quite a following and great updated information on your Facebook page.
Yes.
Under Jaden Carlson.
Very busy.
Yeah, so a lot of great things going on, and we're going to go into your next song, Jaden.
Okay, this one's called Hold On. It's off my new CD, and this one on the CD is more like percussion and more ambient based on this album. It's pretty cool. Some days the sun shines brighter than others, and other days the sky is blanketed in covers. Still other days you might think of peace and hope, and the rest of the days you might look up in the sky and say, why is love not here today? Why does it seem to fade away? Why can't it just come and stay? Why does love have go? It's homeway. Why does love have to go? It's homeway. Why does love have to go? It's homeway.
What a great time we're having here in the KRFC studios. KRFC 88.9 FM. Jaden Carlson, 11 years of age, recently had your third CD release, Born to Fly, come out. And this is actually really a time to mention, if there are folks listening that would like to learn to be a host for Live at Lunch, we are always interested in hearing from you. You get this incredible front row seat and chat with our local musicians and musicians coming through town. If you're interested, you can speak with Andrea at 970-221-5075. Really nice to have you here, Jaden.
Thank you.
You are 11 years of age.
Yes.
And you got your first guitar when you were 6. So that's what I was told by your wonderful mom. And tell us kind of how that happened. And you really took to the instrument and you really took to music.
I really did. I was standing at a Michael Franti show looking up at the bassist Carl, and by the way, to Carl, if he is listening, it's still his fault. But I looked at him and said, "It's what I want to do." So we got home about a week later, we bought a guitar, and then a week after that, I started taking lessons, and I just loved it. And after that, I got my first little electric. It was a little Squire Fender. It was
Cool.
funny. You can't play your guitar until you eat your dinner. What?
Yeah, you definitely, you put in the time.
I do. 2 hours a day. 2.5.
Yeah. It's really exciting to see your confidence and just, you're really working it. That's really good. We're here with Jaden Carlson. Now, you've evolved into, this is really interesting because you're really evolving into trying different styles.
Yes, I am. I've currently taken up jazz recently. I just love jazz all of a sudden now.
What can be more exciting than that? I don't think anything could. I've heard of a couple other youth musicians that are evolving as singer-songwriters, and they are getting into jazz because they have that, that reaching, trying to like learn more. And jazz is there's so many different things you can do with jazz.
There are.
You can inflect funk into jazz, and you can even put little whatever you want into jazz, basically.
Pretty much.
That's good to hear. So let's hear some more of your music, Jaden.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna do Gone. I think that's track 1 on my album. This one is pretty cool on the album. It has a lot of harmonies, this was the first album that I ever did anything more than a basic single track on. And I did harmonies and electric overdubs.
Nice. We're going to talk more about that after the song, about your experience in the studio. This is Jaden Carlson.
Okay, cool. When you know that you're all alone, all you got is a telephone. Just hold on till the morning for the sunrise to come again. And it goes on, by the time you wake it could be gone, gone. You'll have to wait till tomorrow's gone, done, 'cause you waited way too long. Everything we had is come and gone. Now you know that you're not the only one living in dark without the sun. Just know that it's just begun, but it won't be long before it's done. You'll have to wait till tomorrow's done, 'cause you waited way too long. Everything we had has come and gone. If you know that you could always stay, why do you talk about going away? Even though you've got nothing to say, I'll wait through it anyway. And it goes on and on. By the time you wake, it could be gone, gone. You'll have to wait till tomorrow's undone. I'll do it way too long, long. Everything we had is come and gone. Yeah, 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 everything we had has come and gone.
That's terrific, Jaden.
Thank you.
It's so great to sit here and just get this performance here in the studio. It's really, really great having you here.
Thanks.
Jaden Carlson, who recently you released your third
Yes.
CD, Born to Fly. JadenSound.com is a good
Yes.
place to get more information about that. And then your Facebook page, Jaden Carlson.
Or Jaden. Just regular old Jaden.
Just
on there,
Jaden.
too.
Yeah. Yeah. You talk about that studio experience. That must have been really, really interesting. Now, you mentioned before the song that you really expanded
I did.
the layering of the music.
Yes. This was actually the first CD where we actually got together and did rehearsals. I like to call the CD The New Beginning because it's good. And I played with Scott Messersmith and Garrett Sayers, who are both really amazing musicians. And a few months before the CD, I had an idea to start doing some cool delay stuff because I was working with my good friend Dave Preston, and so he said, "Here, I'll show you how to do this cool delay thing." That night, I went home and practiced delay and practiced, and I finally got this cool idea for my song Wonder, so I stuck with it. And then after that, after playing around with some more delay stuff, I got a cool idea for my song Born to Fly, which was, you can hear it if you get the album, some cool overdubby type stuff. And then I started working with my voice teacher, Io Owishka, and she was like, "You should really get some harmonies on these." And I said, yes, I should. So we wrote them out, and they sound great. But that track for Ascension, I think we're going to play it soon. Actually, we should play it after this. But Ascension was when Garrett said, "All right, go into the recording room and just play." So I started out with my distortion, and he comes in with the worried look going, "Turn the distortion off." So I clicked the distortion off, and I got 10 more minutes of just good, plain old guitar. And we took a minute and a half of it, but and we used it on the CD, and I called that song Ascension.
All right. Well, we are in the studios here with Jaden Carlson. We're going to line that song up. And before we play the song, just a comment. The studio experience has just got to be such a rich environment.
It was fun.
And
it was very fun.
They're really giving you the latitude to experiment and try new things, and it's coming from you, which is so cool. You know, I mean, they have suggestions and they have their experience and so forth, but they're really focused on you learning. And there's so many. I've never really spent time in a recording studio, but it's interesting because that's like different than like practicing somewhere. This is like scheduled time where certain things have to be done. It's a real commitment, a lot of organization, a lot of collaboration with your fellow musicians, as well as the producer, the engineer, and all of that. Jaden.
Yes, the studio was very fun. I gotta say it was the best experience out of the 2 other ones I've had that I've ever had in the studio. We recorded at Immersive with my friend Mike Yock. It was just perfect.
Really great. We're going to play the song Ascension. This is from Jaden Carlson's 3rd CD release, Born to Fly, here on Live at Lunch. All right, that's a great one. I wanted to hear that to the last note. That was the song that you just described. That was Ascension. Really great. Jaden Carlson here now. Want to mention this a few times, but you are going to be playing at the place up in the Pioneer Inn.
Yes, on Friday.
That's going to be Friday at 10 p.m., and that is in Nederland.
Yes.
You've really made some good contacts up there. That's a really fun town.
I love Ned. It's like our second house.
And you played more than once at the Pioneer Inn previously.
I play there every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
Yeah, at the Blues Jam.
That's good
It's
information.
fun.
Every Wednesday, Jaden Carlson up in Nederland. You also, the following day, Saturday, you're going to be playing Oktoberfest.
Yep, I am.
And that's in Denver?
Yes, it's in Denver. I don't know the exact street, but it's a pretty fun festival. This year I'm playing later than I did last year because I played like 11 o'clock a.m. last year, but I'm playing 9 to 10 this year.
Now, are you going to play with the different individuals that make up, or is this solo? How does this typically work for you?
I'm just doing my trio gig. It's with my drummer Scott and my bassist Jubal. Jubal,
right. And Jubal is cool. It's spelled, his name is spelled Jubal.
Uh-huh. That was also the name of one of my mom's dogs.
I bet Jubal appreciates knowing that, too. That was a cool
Jubal
dog.
likes dogs.
Jubal, yeah. Aside from those 2 gigs, now I have October 19th at the Ogden Theater.
Yes, opening for Trevor Holland Groundation.
The following day, the 20th, which I'm assuming would be a Saturday, at the Fox Theater.
Yep, same people. And the Aggie.
And the Aggie the following day. So that's 3 days in a row.
Collins, come down.
The Aggie Theater is going to be October 21st at the Aggie. That's awesome. Now, there's one other thing I want to mention. You're actually playing October 8th at Avo's, which is a Monday evening. That's something that my friend Sherry and I set up. You're going to be following Lexi Shanley. So Lexi plays at 7 p.m. at Avo's on the 8th, and then you'll play at 8 o'clock.
Nice.
So we're really excited, really glad you're doing that for us.
Cool.
Really cool, Jaden. This is Jaden Carlson on KRFC's Live at Lunch. Vincent, your host, KRFC 88.9 FM. And we're going to hear some more music from you, Jaden.
Okay, this song's called Wonder. I wrote this for my bassist, Garrett, when he was having a hard time to make him feel better. And this was also the tune I was talking about before that last track, with all the cool delay stuff. And Garrett actually liked that on the CD.
What a better reason to write a song than to lift somebody up.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Is.
Jaden Carlson.
See the light, I wonder if you'll ever try to find, I wonder if you'll ever step outside into the light. One night, one light, I wonder if you'll ever journey out and find it's too late change your mind. The past is far away. We've passed from yesterday. It's time to move on. It's time to move on. Shine if you look, and you will find. If you just open your eyes and think beyond your own mind, you'll see a world so bright. And if you don't, it's just fine. And the sun will never shine in dark corners of your mind that don't get snow. Just live your life as you know. You can do anything if you want to. And if you look, then you will find. If you just open your eyes and think beyond your own mind, you'll see a world so bright. And if you don't, then that's just fine. And the sun will never shine in dark corners of your mind that don't get any light. See the light, I wonder if you'll ever try to find, I wonder if you'll ever step outside into the light.
That's so great, Jaden. Jaden Carlson here with us. You're listening to KRFC 88.9 FM live at lunch. You currently on Facebook have 1,977 likes. That would be really cool if we breached 2,000 after the Live at Lunch show. That would be really fun.
I know. I hope I can. It's 23 more, I think.
So you can like Jaden on Facebook, Jaden Carlson, Jaden, and then, of course, Carlson. You also have a website, jadensound.com. Really, the most up-to-date information is available on the Facebook page.
Yes,
really
it is.
Well-kept site there. You have done some interesting performing. Most recently, a really fun thing that you did was you traveled to Telluride.
Yes, I did.
And let's start out by talking, just to kind of give a sense of where you're heading musically and where you're interested in. Let's talk about some of the music you may have listened to on the way to Telluride.
Jazz, Miles Davis, Charlie Parker, The Motet,
that says a lot.
Sayers Trio, Snarky Puppy, and yeah, a lot of guys.
That's exciting. That's just a incredible music you're listening to.
It is.
Taking that all in. That's really cool. You had a chance up there to play.
I was the only tweener at Telluride Jazz Fest.
And for those who don't know what tweener is, Tweener is?
Somebody who plays between the major acts.
Yeah, that's right. So you were the only band to do that.
Yes.
And that was with your trio again,
No,
correct?
no,
Oh, that
no,
was solo?
We did not have time for that.
I see.
It was just me and Jubal as a duo. Usually you get like 3 or 4 songs cut out of your 3 or 4 song set because they're trying to plug in and everything.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So
It's pretty-
Jubal's a percussionist. Is that correct? No.
He's my bassist.
He's your bass. Okay. Okay, now I got that right. So you also had some time playing with the wonderful guys in Better Than Bacon, James Yearling.
Yes, I have. I played
Local
with them
band?
actually in Telluride a few Sunday. I opened for them. I've opened for them 3 times in Telluride now at my place called the Steaming Bean, and they let me sit in with them. James, the guitarist, is really, really awesome.
He's really awesome.
He
yeah,
is.
yeah,
And he
terrific
has a
guy.
sweet Les Paul too.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's really cool. So the whole experience being up in Telluride, just a really musical place up there.
Yes, it was. And then this past weekend, we just came home from a big old trip there. We did lots of hiking and biking and seeing the leaves, and we got that gig at the last second.
Oh, good.
And
Yeah.
I played the open mic Thursday. But the day before that, there was a little saloon called Fly Me to the Moon there, and it was in the papers. Open mic, Fly Me to the Moon, Wednesday night, 9 to 10 or something. And so we went down there. And we went down the steps, looked in the door, and there was a deadbolt on it.
Oh,
So we did the open mic at the Steaming Bean the next night.
that's really great. This is really fun. We're listening to Jaden Carlson on Live at Lunch, and let's go into your next song, Jaden.
Okay, I guess this one's called Open Your Eyes. And I just want to give a shout out to my friend James from Better Than Bacon, and my friend David, who my mom has been talking to a lot. And I hope you like it, David. Look out and let the sun rise tomorrow. Look out and let the stars will always shine. I know that you and me together, if we look, if we seek, then we will find. Open your eyes. Look around and see the world. It won't be a surprise if you haven't found what you're looking for. Look, I know that the world will keep on turning. Look, I know that we will look and find. I know that if we keep on searching, we will come together just in time. Open your eyes. Look around and see the world. It won't be a surprise if you haven't found what you're looking for. what you're looking for, what you're looking for. If you haven't found what you're looking for, what you're looking for, what you're looking for, open your eyes.
Awesome. Jaden Carlson here on Live and Live. It sounds great, Jaden.
Thank you.
Really, really sounding awesome. Now, I'm holding a copy of your latest release, Born to Fly, which is available at jadensound.com. You have 10 songs on here, and I have to ask you, I'm curious. Now, there's a wonderful version of Little Wing by Jimi Hendrix. Is that a copyright thing? I'm just curious, like how that works. Like you have a CD that comes out, and there's a song by like an artist. So I'm just kind of curious about that.
Yeah, I didn't do the copywriting. My mom did it, so I don't know much about the copywriting. All I know is that we did get the permission to do it.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Because it's just such an incredible song that you picked that to be on your album. So you have what's called Mechanical License.
Yes.
Mechanical, I'm going to remember that, Mechanical License. That could come in handy. So how does that work with the songwriting process? You have 9 songs on here. Do you have, for example, do you have a ability to like have somebody help you with your songwriting, or does it just kind of come to you, and do the riffs kind of interplay and what comes first and that sort of thing?
I have an idea usually when I'm diddling around at night on my guitar. Then I write the words myself.
Yeah.
No help at all.
Yeah. Well, there you are. It's nice and simple. That's really good.
So no
and if you're
help.
practicing 2 hours a day, you've got plenty of time to come up with these riffs and stuff
I do
like
more
that.
electric stuff at night, usually when I don't have blues jam or another gig. That's a lot of the ideas. I just transfer them onto the acoustic. Like Wonder, for example, was at first an electric idea, like the riff was.
Well, that's interesting because you're very proficient in both electric and acoustic. So you're saying that some of these riffs happen on one instrument, you can kind of transfer it to the other, and maybe it just fits what you're writing and so forth.
It does. Unless it's all the way up here on the 24th fret, which I don't have.
Yeah.
That case, I can't reach it.
So does part of it also involve you have kind of a different, well, like today, it's more perhaps appropriate for you to be playing acoustically than playing electric. Electric's more with your 2 bandmates, would you say, typically?
Yes.
Yeah.
I can still play electric solo. It's just not as energetic without the guys.
Yeah. This is really good. And that's quite the pretty guitar. We talked about that guitar the last time you were on. Tell us about your guitar.
Oh, it's a Santa Cruz 1929 00 model. I got it from actually the Santa Cruz Guitar Company, but I bought it in Boulder at Woodsongs. And I took a tour of the Santa Cruz factory with my buddy Richard, and he showed me every step of the guitar making from when they first get the wood till they polish it, which was pretty awesome.
Wow, so you were able to do this out in Santa Cruz when you're visiting.
I got to see a few of my guitars sitting on the rack, like, just bare. It's pretty cool. I was like, hey, isn't that mine? What'd you do to it?
That was extremely cool. Well, let's keep the music going, Jaden. You've got some great sounds coming out of the KRFC studios here. You are listening to Live at Lunch, KRFC 88.9 FM. Once again, thanks to Drew, Rod, and Jason all in the tech booth today. This is sounding terrific, guys. Thank you.
It does. So, my next tune, this one's called Missing You. It was originally called Layers because I sat down one night with my mom's computer, plugged it in. I recorded one just basic track of chords and a riff, and then I did some solos over that, and over that was some harmonics. And they were like, oh, let's just call it Layers for the tracking purposes. And then we were almost done with the mastering. I was like, this can't be called Layers. That's such a silly name for a song. So we decided to call it Missing You. And, yes, I'm going to try to pull off all 4 layers at once.
Very cool. This is Jaden Carlson. He'll be at the Pioneer Inn this Friday at 10 p.m. and then Oktoberfest down in Denver on the following day, Saturday. Jaden
At 9.
Carlson, at 9 o'clock. Jaden Carlson. That's awesome, Jaden. Really
Thank
great.
you.
And people can't see this on the radio, but you've got some great emoting going on as you're playing. That's really part of your...
I know, you're dancing to my calm songs. How could I not?
That's really fun. So you, once again, Jaden Carlson, having some really fun gigs coming up. Her Facebook page, Jaden... You said just Jaden or Jaden Carlson?
I use my Jaden Carlson one more.
Yeah, it's really good. And you, just to kind of let folks know some of the previous things, I'm not familiar with Desert Rocks. You played Desert Rocks. Where and when was that?
Oh, that was Green River, Utah in June. That was right after my recording experience, actually.
Nice.
So...
That was in Green River.
Yes. And Desert Rocks was very fun, for the most part. There was a lot of wind and sand, mostly sand. At least there weren't any blowing rocks at the amount of wind there was.
There weren't any rattlesnakes flying through the air. That's probably a good thing.
There were scorpions.
I'll bet there were. Bet there were.
And it was just really windy the whole time. During one of our covers, "Lose Yourself" by Eminem, we do a clash of "Lose Yourself" and "Kashmir" by Zeppelin. And
I've heard that.
You have. And during that song, this big, huge gust of wind came through, and literally everybody was on one leg trying to stay upright, and the dirt was just going all in front.
Wow.
And I remember at State Bridge a few weeks after, that was actually the next show I played, during that one song, it's now the Catastrophe song, there was a gigantic bolt of lightning right next to the stage. We played during a lightning storm at State Bridge, and I was
I'm not sure that's OSHA approved, is it?
This might be the natural disaster song.
Right. Wow. And you also, probably in a more relaxed gig, was you played Bohemian Nights. Had a chance to see you playing an Old Town Square stage. That's the first time you played Old Town Square stage in Fort Collins?
It was fun, yes.
Yeah, there were quite a few people there, and I know Brian, the station manager, couldn't stop talking about how excited he was to see you play there. You've got a lot of people that really admire your playing and your musicianship, and then you played the Ned Fest.
Ned Fest was awesome.
Tell us about that.
So, again, I did a tweener. We actually managed to set the drum set, the bass, and my electric rig with all my pedals up for our 15-minute slot. For, what's 30? Maybe last year was 15 because of the preamp deal. But, we did manage to get our whole set in, and it was very fun because I played on the day that it dumped. It absolutely dumped rain. Every year at NedFest there's some sort of funky weather, but this big old cloud came in. It's there every year, watches the music, dumps all it wants to, and then goes away. But this cloud came, and dumping, and dumping, and dumping. And then my set was like, oh no, we're going to get dumped on. Everybody's going to be under the tents. And we got sun. We got a blue sky, a patch of blue sky.
Oh my.
And literally 10 minutes, the rain cloud came again, and kapoom, it dumped again. So we got the lucky slot this year.
You got the lucky slot. Yeah.
We did. One of the years, we had the rain pouring in behind us, like our feet getting wet. And
so, you have a lot of energy, and you're playing a lot. So
I am.
I mean, it's kind of accumulating now.
It is.
Where it's really becoming a part of, your life. And it's becoming just growth.
It is.
Through music.
It always has been my life. I like it.
So can you kind of maybe touch on what that's like, or what
gigging
what you
and
get out of that, and just the whole experience?
Well, so playing gigs and playing with friends and playing with bands and sitting in and everything like that, it's all so fun. Like, I could say that I don't feel any better than when I'm playing music. Like sitting in with people, hitting these really cool riffs that you never could have expected, and being like, this is so fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And what's also helpful is I understand you are homeschooled.
I am. It's helpful most of the time.
Great. Some pretty cool pictures of you, on your way to a festival, doing your schoolwork in the vehicle. And
you
stuff
think
like
those
that.
are cool?
You probably don't think they're cool. But it's kind of this freedom that, you could even, I'm sure, get... Now, this is kind of just popped in my head. You get, credit for what you're doing musically with your homeschooling, because there's so many aspects of homeschooling and learning that happen within the music realm.
I don't say I get too much credit for my music through my homeschool part, but because I have an online teacher, like she lives in Michigan, I think. She lives that east.
Goes east,
And we email each other, like she sends me grades and stuff. But nah.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I mean, you're becoming a very outside of, I guess, the bounds of schooling, quote unquote schooling.
Kind of.
You're learning so much.
I know, I am. I actually am in the 7th grade because I did all the 6th grade in the 5th grade curriculum.
Sure. Yeah, not surprising.
I know.
Not surprising. Well, and obviously you're a focused young lady. If you are able to commit and you're focused enough to practice your music 2 hours a day, you're learning the responsibility of, I have a gig upcoming. This is a responsibility, and all these pieces have to fit. And then the interaction with all of the different, musical people that you're working on, stuff like that. I just really, it's good for you.
We fit it in pretty well.
Yeah.
I do it in the car, mostly on the drives between gigs. And sometimes if we have a few minutes, we go to a coffee shop and I do it.
So we're going to hear, we have about 10 minutes left, Jaden.
That's it.
Time flies when you're jamming on guitar and singing so well. Your third CD release, Born to Fly, once again available at jadensound.com. Jaden has a Facebook page, Jaden Carlson, JadenCarlson.
Yes.
And
why don't you pick a song?
You want me to pick? Well, let's see. They're all now. Can you do a version of Little Wing?
Sure. If you
This is Little Wing, and this is on the 10th song on your Born to Fly CD, and it's just a thrill to have you here, Jaden.
Thank you. Lost is walking through the clouds, while the circus mind, the turning wild. Butterflies and zebras and moonbeams and fairy tales, riding with the wind. When I'm sad, she comes to me with 1,000 smiles she gives to me free. And it's alright, she said it's alright. You can take anything you want from me. While she's walking through the clouds, with a circus mind that's running wild. And it's alright, she said it's alright. You can take anything you want from me.
Nice job, Jaden.
Thank you. You like that one, don't you?
Oh, well, Jimi Hendrix, he's just so original. And, I have to tell you, too, like with that previous song you played, I'm already seeing the jazz elements come out in your playing.
Open your eyes.
It's there.
It's definitely that, like those meter changes and everything like that. It's definitely from it.
That's awesome. Jaden Carlson, we have had her in the KRFC studio with great, great music coming from you, Jaden. And your third release, Born to Fly, available at jadensound.com. And you have your upcoming gigs, The Pioneer Inn, this Friday?
Yes, it is Friday. I'm doing the trio gig with Scott and Jubal. I'm playing a 3-hour show from 10 to 1.
Wow, that's some stamina. That's part of what it takes, right?
It is. I like jamming.
So you also have the following day. You have the Oktoberfest.
Yes.
Now, what is that? That's going to be down in downtown Denver?
It's like a beer festival, but it's pretty huge and gets thousands of people every year. And I'm playing later this time, so
nice.
I might get some of the crowd.
Yeah, that's cool. And then we're looking forward to having you over at Avo's on October 8th, which is a Monday. You'll be playing at 8 o'clock. Lexi Shanley will be playing before you. Jaden, was there anybody, I know there are a lot of people, especially looking at the CD, that you give gratitude toward for really helping this. Was there anybody you kind of wanted to throw out some mention to? I know there are quite a few, but anybody in particular you wanted to mention?
Yes, my godfather Versace. He was actually the guy who got me started singing. I had this riff. It was a few chords. He was like, "You should put some words to that." I was like 7. I was like, "What do you mean, words?" And he said, "You should start singing." So I started taking voice lessons, and I liked it. And started writing more lyrics and songs and stuff.
And what is his name again?
Versace? Well, no, his name's Michael Versteeg. He's my godfather. He lives in San Francisco, and he has the cutest baby now. And I just also want to thank him, my voice teacher, Io, my band, Scott and Garrett and Jubal and Will and Fleeb and Dave and everybody else, and my rotating band, and for just making it happen.
Yeah. Well, it's been a thrill having you on, Jaden, and we're going to hear a final song. We're going to go out the show on a song. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and all of your people helping you out. A special thank you to them, because you're just you're great to hang out with and hear in the studio. Your music is just terrific. All right, cool. I'm going to do my original song. This one's called Under Fallen Skies. It's one of my newer ones. So my engineer, Mike, after we left, he stayed in the studio till like 1 the next day. And I came in, and he was like, "Here, listen, this sounds pretty good, right?" And we listened. About 30 seconds in, there's all these cool reggae dubs and stuff. And I was like, "What did you do, Mike?" And he said, "That's called Pro Tools." And I said, "I love it." So this is the acoustic version. Unfortunately, he's not here to do all the dubby stuff, but it sounds pretty sweet in the album. Jaden Carlson. You think there's no sunshine? Well, you haven't tried. Living in a half-empty room, thinking with a half-empty mind. You're not seeing the truth, wondering you'll come to realize and see the world for what it is. See that we're under fallen skies. People say there's nothing wrong, but we will be together for the song. And if we wait, eventually the world
Thank you for listening to Live at Lunch on KRFC Fort Collins.
Live at Lunch airs 5 days a week, noon to 1, Monday through Friday.
Right here on 88.9 FM.
If you're interested in performing on Live at Lunch,
fill out a submission form on our website at krfcfm.org.
If you'd like to volunteer to help produce Live at Lunch,
give us a call at 970-221-5075.
Thanks for listening to Live at Lunch, and stay tuned for more great music on KRFC.